What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into another video. Definitely do me a huge favor, smack the like button on this video and subscribe for more Arizona Cardinals content. But we do got some breaking news that just dropped probably about an hour ago. The Arizona Cardinals do sign 2 new players to their roster. Now, it's not Yannick Ngakoue. No, it's not Carl Lawson. No, it's not a trade. But Monty Ossenfort is cognizant of the idea of obviously BJ Ojulari going down and potentially bringing in some help for the Cardinals defense right here at the end of the day. So there is 2 signings. One of them is Delante Hood and the other one is Marquis Haynes Sr. Now, looking a little bit into Delante Hood, it seemed like he did spend some time in the NFL with the Cincinnati Bengals as well as the Denver Broncos, but he never made the cut to make a 53-man roster, it seems like. It seems like in 2022, he spent some time with the Bengals in the practice squad, and then in Broncos, and then for the Broncos, he spent also some time from 2022 to 2023 also with the practice squad as well. Now, he does come out of Toledo, but he seems like an overall young kid, right? An overall a very, very young kid. He's still 23 years old. He's 5'11", 192 pounds, and now he's with the Cardinals. Now, I guess one of the most impressive things that we can, talk about him when it comes down to Delante Hood, he did spend 1 year with the Arlington Renegades. Now, if you do not watch UFL, you probably don't know what that is. Basically, the UFL, which is spring football, he was on there as potentially one of their top corners. There was a tweet that I want to kind of highlight here. Now, I originally heard this news yesterday, but I didn't make a video about it because I wanted to kind of make sure that we got the confirmation that it actually happened. But the first tweet that I ended up seeing was from ML Football, and it says this: breaking, UFL star cornerback Delante Hood is signing with the Arizona Cardinals. League sources exclusively tell ML Football. Delante Hood, only 23 years old, led the UFL in pass breakups and impressed many across the league. So I think when it comes down to it, it's not a big splash move, right? And I think we're all fully aware that that's not what this is. But, there is reason to believe that. I think the confusing part is that it's a cornerback, right? We have some cornerbacks right now that on our roster that I think a lot of us are really, really excited about, whether it's Garrett Williams heading into his second year, Murphy Bunting, right? It's his first year with the Arizona Cardinals, and then you got Max Melton, and then Starling Thomas V ended up making, number 1 on the depth chart, which was just released not too long ago. I believe it was yesterday. So it's a little confusing as to this signing, but hey, I guess any chance we can bring more competition is for the best. But looking at his pro day at the University of Nebraska, which I think he also spent some time there, I think he actually ran a 4.3840. So, I mean, pretty quick, right? It's not a 4.2, but it's still fast. It's very respectable. I don't run a 4.2 or maybe even a 4.3. So definitely he's got some speed on his belt as well. And like I said earlier, he's still young. He's 23. Maybe the Arizona Cardinals can mold him to being the cornerback that we need him to be, right? So at the end of the day, I wasn't able to find any highlights on him. So all I can say is, let's see what happens with Delante Hood. Now, let's move on over to the other guy here, which is Marquis Haynes Sr. Now, he's 30 years old, so we're talking about a veteran, right? 6'2", 235 pounds, spent most of his career with the Carolina Panthers, and one of his most explosive, or I guess his best career year, Panthers probably would have to be 2022. So it wasn't too far off, right? He also spent some time with the Panthers as well last year, but we know the Panthers weren't too great. The Cardinals aren't too great either, so I can't really speak too much, but I think his highlight was 2022, and he had 5 sacks, 29 combination tackles, and then 9 assist tackles. So for what it's worth, he's got experience, right? He's been in the league since 2018, and I think this guy might be a guy that's going to give us some sort of veteran presence. I truly think that Marquis Haynes Sr. is brought in here for the sole purpose of trying to add more depth into this outside linebacking core more than anything. Obviously, BJ Ojulari ended up going down earlier. I believe it was last Saturday, which is obviously very unfortunate because a lot of us were really excited about it. But Marquis Haynes, I guess, is brought in for the depth piece that we're all kind of talking about. Now, is there room for the Cardinals to make a trade? Yes, there is, right? Is there room for the Arizona Cardinals to potentially pick up more free agents? Yes, there is, right? We still have a lot of money to spend, but I do think that when we're looking at both these players, Delante Hood as well as Marquis Haynes Sr., they're definitely probably guys that are very, very low risk, high reward type of guys, right? But I don't know. Delonte Hood might be the biggest wild card to me. I think he's had a really good year with the Arlington Renegades, and definitely kudos to him, but it's the UFL. I think with Marquis Haynes, there definitely gives us a little bit more, I guess, I don't want to say excitement, but definitely more depth more than anything. So there's that, right? Now, there was one highlight that I wanted to go ahead and make sure I bring up here on the screen, and it is from Marquis Haynes Sr. I believe it was a game versus the Atlanta Falcons where he literally just completely rushes off the edge and gets Marcus Mariota back there and sacks him for the game-winning drive, and I think the Carolina Panthers end up beating the Atlanta Falcons. So that's pretty cool, right? I mean, if he can give us that burst outside the edge, that would be amazing. But honestly, I don't think I'm really expecting too much out of either Delonte Hood or Marquis Haynes. If I were to guess, I probably would say Marquis Haynes would make the cut. Marquis Haynes Sr. would make the cut over Delonte. I think the cornerback room right now is very, very interesting. I'm really excited about this cornerback room for the Arizona Cardinals, but you never know, right? Maybe Delonte Hood is going to come out here in preseason and the rest of training camp and absolutely go crazy, right? You don't know. We don't know at the end of the day. So those are going to be the newest members of the Arizona Cardinals. And like I always say, if you're a part of the Arizona Cardinals, welcome to the Bird Gang. Hopefully nothing but success for you and your endeavors, and hopefully they can make some sort of noise here in 2024. All right, everybody, let me know what your guys' thoughts here in the comments below. I appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. Have a great rest of your day, and go Cards.